Yeah, it's not streaming to YouTube for some strange reason. Okay, we'll have to carry on. Okay. Okay. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me. Bless his holy name. All right. Let me just rephrase that and see if I can actually. It's 9:45. And yeah, back up again. Right, so something went wrong somewhere along the line and cut me off. So I think we're back in business. Right. So we're looking then at the book of Proverbs chapter 10 and verse 4. And okay, chapter 10 verse 4. Okay, here we are. Excellent. Welcome back, those of you that were on YouTube. Sorry about that. We got disconnected. Not sure what happened there and why that happened. But we are back, and I'm just going to do a commercial break just for a minute and 30 seconds, and I'll be right back. Bless the Lord. Yes, this is my story. This is my song, praising my Savior all the day long. I want to say sorry to those who are on YouTube and Facebook. We got disconnected. I saw the problem, but I didn't know it would have disconnected me, which is strange. But welcome back nonetheless. Thank you so much for coming back. And yes, indeed, he becometh poor that dealeth with a slack hand, but the hand of the diligent maketh rich. Verse 5 said, he that gathereth in summer is a wise son, but he that sleepeth in harvest is a son that causeth shame. This is an extraordinary verse as well. So let's take a look then at Proverbs chapter 10 and verse 5. Let's analyze this verse in full detail and see what we can glean from it. So, there is a son, there is a person that gathereth in the summer, and there's one that doesn't gather in the harvest at all. And that brings its complexities indeed. So he that gathereth in the summer is a wise son. You know, when it talks about summer It's more or less relating to the harvest time. Summer refers to the season of harvest when most gathering takes place. It's a time, obviously, if you're a farmer, you would know this. It's a time when crops are ready to be harvested or gathered. So this verse highlights the wisdom of those who take advantage of the right opportunity, as it were, to work the field of harvest. It reflects the importance of preparation and timely action. So it says here, he that gathereth in summer is a wise son. And so a wise son then would know the value, if you like, of diligence that we talked about earlier, and preparation, obviously, for that. And that by, harvesting, by gathering in summer, is a wise son. I think one of the things that I would also say, I think it's in, if I'm not mistaken, I'm sure it's in the same chapter. It's verse 14. Yeah, verse 14. Look at this. We're not there yet, but just wanted to jump ahead because it's on the same type of angle. Wise men or women lay up knowledge. They lay up knowledge, but the mouth of the foolish is near destruction. And the point I was looking for here is this. Is wise men, they store up knowledge, and linking that to verse 5, he that gathereth in the summer. You can see that in verse 4, and wise men lay up knowledge. Now it's interesting because let's say, for example, you're gathering knowledge, right, according to verse 14, but you're not necessarily going to use it at that time. But you're studying, you go to college, you may not have any idea as to when you might use that information, but you're wise because you store up this knowledge. And so here he said that he that gathereth in summer, in a time where there is plenty, to store it up, if you like, is a wise son. And that to me is a phenomenal point. So this wise son understands that hard work is really important. It leads to success. And this doesn't just apply to agriculture or farming, but to life in general. To life in general, whether in work, whether in your education, whether in your relationship or in your spiritual growth. Wisdom involves recognizing the right time to act and not missing valuable opportunity. Now, I want to tell you something that I learned many moons ago. I need to bring up my, my sheet of paper here. And it's about a word that I learned a bit about some time ago, and it's the word luck. What is luck? Somebody say, boy, you're so lucky. And I hear that a lot. Or someone would say, you have bad luck. You may have heard that phrase also being used before. But here's the thing. Luck is preparation meeting opportunity. I want to say that again. I don't know if I could find if you go on the internet, for example, and I'm going to see if I find a picture of it. Oftentimes I do find it. Luck is preparation meeting opportunities. Sometimes I get lucky. I think it's stating that a guy by the name of Seneca is the one who came up with this particular phrase that is used quite a lot in business. It's used quite a lot in industry, and to indicate that luck, my brothers and my sisters, is preparation meeting opportunity. So Seneca is meant to be the one who may have come up with this phrase, but when I first heard this, I was absolutely blown away by it, because it really does speak volume. It does speak volume. Let me just okay, I do this now. Let me just do that and see. Okay, doesn't work. All right, I'll leave that. I have to somehow look over there. No problem. But when I first found this phrase, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity, it really spoke volume, because bad luck, on the other hand, is when opportunity comes to you and you're not prepared for it. Maybe it was a contract. Maybe it was your future spouse and the opportunity came, but you weren't prepared. That's bad luck. But luck is where preparation meets opportunity. So you can see then from this verse 5, summer is the opportunity and gathering is the preparation. And so it makes a wise son, or you can say a lucky son, where you can say luck, or this amazing son sees an opportunity and he took it by making sure he gathered in summer, because winter is always coming. It's like, you work for a company and you have your pension, or you're preparing for your future. You are a wise son because you're preparing in the summertime, because winter is definitely coming. Especially if you're in the UK. Well, it doesn't really matter where you are, really. So it's important for us to recognize that this is amazing, really, when you think about it. We got to seize the opportunity. He that gathereth in summer. So you got to know the value of diligence. You got to know the value of preparation, understanding that hard work in the appropriate season leads to success. I know that. Just the way it works. So this principle, as I said before, it can be applied not just to farming or agriculture, but to every aspect of life in general. Whether you're at work or your education, relationship, or spiritual growth. Wisdom involves recognizing the right time to act and not miss valuable opportunities. But he that sleepeth in harvest, you're sleeping during the harvest time? Are you kidding me? One thing I have come to learn is that, my God, the bed is so sweet. Sometimes I go and lie down in the bed and I just can't believe how comforting it is, how sweet it is. But then I know that if I lie down too long, you got to get the, the appropriate and the right level of rest. That's noted. But sleeping all day, 2 days and 3 days, this contrast here between the slack hand and the one sleeping in harvest and so on is really contrast, very stark. So while the wise son is diligent, the lazy son sleeps during the harvest. During the opportunity, he's sleeping. Crucial mistake. Critical time for gathering. His action leads to what? The scripture says, shame. He that sleepeth in harvest is a son that causeth shame. Because he fails to capitalize on the season when he could have been more productive. So in a broader sense, this can be a warning against procrastination, laziness, or ignoring the calling that God has given you, and you're doing nothing with it during the summertime. You're doing nothing with it. You're sitting on it. God has given you this amazing gift and ability and skill to do some amazing things, but you're not taking advantage of it. You're sleeping during the harvest. This is a simple symbol, if you like, of missed opportunities and later resulting in regret or shame. There are many people, who I know of a lady who in her old age was so regretful that she hadn't taken the opportunity to marry the guy that loved her. She married a guy she didn't love. But there was a guy that loved her down to the ground she walked in. And in her old age, she regretted it to her shame. She wasted what could have been a fruitful season, a missed opportunity. So what are some of the spiritual lessons? I would say diligence and timing. It really is really important because you can miss that opportunity. So you can look at the importance here of both hard work and acting the right time. God will give you seasons of opportunity, and wisdom involves recognizing and making the most of those moments. Because if you miss it, you've missed it. And it may never come back to you again. So a spiritual lesson, diligence and time. And second lesson here is responsibility. A farmer can't afford to sleep during the harvest. The harvest ain't going to stay there forever. It can't afford to sleep during the harvest. You've got to be alert and responsible in our own lives, with your children, with your grandchildren, with everything. Even at work, missed opportunities. I want to tell you a story, actually. This was told to me. I was doing a supervisory management training for a company. And I was talking about, missed opportunities and going for it and just take a shot at it and things like that. And this guy said, Errol, you are so right. You know what happened? He said, a group of friends worked in the same team, and the leader left. The leader resigned. So they all said to this particular guy, they was only having a laugh at his expense. They were only messing around with him. So they said to him jokingly, why don't you apply for the job? And they encouraged him that he would get it, but they were really only mocking him. But what they didn't realize was the guy didn't know they were mocking him. They thought they were serious. And he felt so encouraged to apply for the job. He applied for the job and got it. And the same ones who were mocking him became his employees, if you like. He was now their leader. They were absolutely shocked and blown away. Because had they had realized it, they themselves probably could have applied for it and got the job. And this guy was so motivated by them that he saw an amazing opportunity for growth, for success, for development and advancement. He went for it and got it. Don't miss the opportunities that come your way. I hear some women say, I would never ask that guy to marry me. All right. There's another woman that may not miss the opportunity. You know, I went to see a Bishop Sherman Allen, some time ago. And he said to me, I was at his house and he was in the front room with his wife. So I went into the kitchen and I met this lady for the first time. She was there with her friend and we just got chatting. Now, the lady's husband was next door in the room that I just came from, with Bishop Sherman. We were just talking about things. And she said, should I tell you how I met my husband? She said. I said, go ahead. She said, well, my friend and I, which is the friend that was in the kitchen with her, she said they went out shopping and they got on this bus. They took the bus and they saw this beautiful, handsome guy on the bus. They had paid him no mind. She saw him, but she didn't think nothing of him. She got off the bus and they went shopping and they got onto another bus and the same guy was on the bus. She thought that was strange. Talked to a friend a little bit about it. And then they left and, went about our business. When they finished, ready to go home, they got onto the bus again. The same guy is on the bus again. Another bus. It's 3 different buses. So she said to her friend, you know what? And she got a piece of paper out. And her friend was trying to stop her and said, no, you can't do it. You can't do it. So she wrote her name on the paper. And she wrote her phone number. And the message was, if you're interested, call me. They're now married happily. And you're telling me that you are stuck in a wave of it's the man supposed to ask? Well, you may miss an opportunity. It's up to you. Don't take it from me. I know the scripture said, he that findeth a wife. You can term it that way if you want. And he that findeth a wife, findeth a good thing. But listen, maybe, just maybe, there's an opportunity that you're missing. So spiritual lesson then is diligence and timing. Timing is key. I think one person once said timing is everything. Another thing is responsibility. Responsibility, if you got some responsibility, do it with all your might, with all your heart. Talking about diligence again and so on. And thirdly, you want to avoid shame. Yeah. Laziness or inaction at critical time leads to missed opportunities and brings shame, not only to oneself, But it could also bring shame also to your family or to your church. Missed opportunities. So the wise person understands that avoiding shame involves being proactive and responsible. Don't let those opportunities miss you. Just don't allow it to miss you. You allow it to miss you at your peril. Trust me when I tell you that. You don't want those opportunities to miss you, and you want to make absolutely certain that you capture those moments as best as you can. Seizing these opportunities, whether in your career, whether in your spiritual walk, or your personal growth, there are seasons in life that God provides the harvest. But you could miss it. Now, the wise person, the diligent person, seizes those moments and is rewarded for their effort. Listen, you're getting older, not younger. Those opportunities may never come back again. Seize the moment. It's interesting because I want to tell you a story. I was running a training course one day, and Bishop Mike Wilson and I were running these training courses for quite some time. And a young man came to me and he said, Errol, why don't you put all this knowledge into a book? I thought, wow, never thought of that. But straight away I said, I can't do it. I can't do it. So as we were traveling down the motorway, I said to Bishop Mike Wilson, this is what the young man says. Will you put it in the book? And he said, yeah. 5 years went by. And Bishop hasn't started. I was upset. I was angry. And yet, I was angry that he hadn't started because for 5 years, I told myself I couldn't do it. I was missing the opportunity by telling myself I can't do it. I want to ask you a question. What have you been telling yourself that you can't do? What have other people been telling you? Maybe you were supposed to write that song, or maybe you were supposed to start that business, or maybe you were supposed to, whatever. Who told you can't do it? God gave you this opportunity and you're not seizing it. You may miss the season and get too old and can't do it. So I want to say welcome to Brother Seymour, Sister Lorna. Blessings to you guys. Sorry about the confusion a little earlier, everyone. I can't even... what's that? Yeah, thank you for that. I can't pick up the actual... what you call it now? Maybe I can actually. Let me try again. I can't pick up the notes. I see why. Let me see. Maybe, just maybe, I might be able to. Okay. That's amazing, isn't it? So I told myself for 5 years I couldn't do it. Can't do it. And the day that I changed from that negative thinking, I was able now to produce 5 books. 5 books. And the one that I said I couldn't do is the one with my picture on the top right. My favorite book. I'm telling you, that book is going to make my grandchildren rich. I'd rather leave my grandchildren that book than to leave them a house, because that book is going to make them a lot of money. I'm convinced of it. But you may be missing out, brothers and sisters, on some amazing opportunities that you're telling yourself you can't do. Let me tell you this. Laziness has a danger to it. Procrastination, or avoiding responsibility when it matters most, leads to regret. Let me say that again. Procrastination, or avoiding responsibility when it matters most, leads to regret. So this verse encourages us to stay vigilant and diligent, especially during times when opportunities arise. Take them. You may never get that opportunity again. Obviously, we must do things in a righteous context. So Proverbs chapter 10, verse 5 teaches valuable lessons about the importance of hard work and timeliness. Hard work and timeliness. It underscored the need to act wisely and not miss out on the harvest that God brings your way, whether literally or figuratively, that God places before you. God will place opportunities before you, and you're hesitating, or you are delaying, or you're saying, I can't do this. It leads to regret, and eventually leads to shame. You see a guy you like? It's interesting because, there are some women, they like the guy, but they just won't tell the guy. They just won't. And the poor guy don't even know. Get brave and send the guy a message. Again, I want to point out this particular amazing verse. He that gathereth in summer is a wise son, but he that sleepeth in harvest is a son that causeth shame. Blessings are upon the head of the just, but violence overcometh the mouth of the wicked. I want to finish on this one tonight. Ooh, this verse. The interesting thing about Proverbs, brothers and sisters, is that you can glean so much from one verse. That's why I'm not rushing this thing, because it brings so much out of it. Sister Herman, thank God for his goodness. Bless you. Thank you for joining us. Yes, Sister Emma is working again. I don't know what happened. It just shut me down, but we're back. So thank you guys for coming back. Really appreciate that. Love you guys lots. Let me just do something before I go any further than that. We may not even, we'll see how we go if we get the chance to go on that. Just wanted to, those of you that are in the Church of God of Prophecy, we've got an amazing conference coming up this weekend. And if you're a key leader within the Church of God of Prophecy, then you should be at the conference. And we would love for you to register at bit.ly/COGOP. I'll just go to the corporate website, and you will see the browser there. So here we are. So you will see, I think you should see it there somewhere. I think it's there somewhere. Okay, I thought it was there. Oh, there it is. I missed it. So if you click on this, it will take you to the website. Now, I'm not sure yet whether it's going to be streamed on Zoom. I'm waiting for instructions, but you got to register on Zoom so that we know that you're coming. So we can organize ourselves, prepare ourselves, and so on. So please go to the website and just register. Now, I'm involved in a group, some of you may know, called Bridge Park, and so on. So I'm involved in that group, and we're having what we call a Bridge Park listing campaign, and that will take place on November the 24th, 3 to 5, and it's going to be in Stonebridge. There's a place in Stonebridge called a Hub, and if you're interested, would love for you to come along. Yeah. If you have any queries, if you have any questions or anything that you want to find out more about, just send an email to that email up there, admin@hpcc.live, and we will respond to you. But it's on a Sunday, so most people are at home on a Sunday, and it's after church, generally speaking, 3 to 5. So if you can make it, would love to have you. So June, Emma, make sure you put that date in your diary for me, and just come and support. Now, Bridge Park, I probably in another time will explain more on that, what Bridge Park is about. It's a community project, and we have a building that we don't want it to be demolished, and we want to, list it, so it's a listing campaign. So we're just doing this launch so that we can then from there make a listing on the Bridge Park complex. But anyway, that's enough of that. I wanted just to I got into the wrong Bible there, innit? Let me go into this one. I think I won't go into verse 6. I think I'll leave verse 6 next week because there's too much in it. It would take up much more than 10 minutes. But I just wanted to recap on those verses. I don't know if there's any questions for me. Yes, Brother Seymour, I will most definitely hope to see you on Friday, Saturday. That's where I will be, Friday and Saturday. I'm going to be right here. I'll be there all day Friday and all day Saturday. The conference starts on Friday at 6 p.m. Our AGM is on Saturday at 10 a.m. So I will be at a pre-meeting with the executives just to look at the finances. Yeah, sorry about that, Seymour. What happened was my internet, not my internet, I don't know what happened, but YouTube just went crazy. But when I restarted it, yeah, sorry about that. I need to, I'm not even sure what happened myself on it. It shouldn't have happened, but it did, and don't know how it just worked like that. Well, okay. Let me just then go on to let's do that there. Okay, no problem. Perfect. No problem. Let me then do a recap on these verses and go from there. Right. We mainly today looked at verse 4 and 5. So I'll leave this verse to next week. But we mostly looked at these two verses here. He becometh poor that dealeth with a slack hand, or he that he that sleepeth in harvest is a son that causeth shame. But the hand of the diligent maketh rich, he that gathereth in summer is a wise son. Now, one of the things to note here is that this is written by the wisest man that ever lived. That's what we got to understand. This is not written by me. I'm not the wisest man that ever lived. That's Solomon. And so as we talked about the slack hand, it emphasizes the dangers of laziness and inactivity. You know you're supposed to be doing something, but you're just lazy and you're not taking no action. So this slack hand refers to idleness or negligence in your work, or in your home, or in your church. So those who are lazy and unwilling to put in the effort will naturally face poverty, whether materially or spiritually. This is not an option. This is a fact. So in the ancient Hebrew context, this would refer to, farming, not tending to the field that one had, which leads to a poor harvest. But in today's 21st century, it represents a lack of diligence in our work, in our responsibility, in our spiritual life, and even in our families, in our marriages. So this slack hand is very, very dangerous. In fact, it is so dangerous. On the other hand, the diligent hand highlights the value of hard work and perseverance. Winners never quit and quitters never win. It's a constant, consistent effort which no doubt results in prosperity. So even though we can look at it from a material sense, it also can be looked at from a spiritual standpoint. This is really, really fascinating. So I'm not doing anything for God half-heartedly. Diligence doesn't guarantee instant success. We're not talking about instant success here. But it sets one up for long-term prosperity, I would say. So spiritually, the diligent person will grow in wisdom, and they will also grow in favor with God, while laziness leads to stagnation. You should have written that book. You're supposed to listen. If you don't do it, there will come a time when you can't do it. The night cometh when no man will work. There are people who are lying in hospital beds right now, regretting that they didn't do so and so. They had an opportunity to go and climb Mount Everest and they didn't do it. But they had the opportunity. Now they're in bed regretting that they didn't do it. When I lie down in my bed, there won't be not a single regret. I'm living life to the full, taking advantage of everything I can. So bear that in mind, brothers and sisters, that there are some real powerful lessons to learn. How is your work ethic? Are you taking care of your responsibility? We took a look at also gathering in summer. My God, I love that so much. He that gathereth in summer is a wise son. Remember what I said earlier, and I think this is a very good picture to conclude on tonight. It is indeed a remarkable picture, and one that I just love so much. Are you lucky? Are you bad lucky? Because luck, for many of us, is preparation that meets opportunity. But are you bad lucky? In other words, you see, you get the opportunity, but you weren't ready for it. How many of us have, fit into that particular bracket or that position where many opportunities came, but I just weren't ready. I just wasn't prepared. And so the opportunity came and you missed it. That's what we call bad luck. That's interesting because God is a merciful God. And sometimes what will happen is, though the opportunity missed us, somehow God so kind to us, He bring it back around again. But He's not going to do that forever, because the night is coming when no man can work. And I strongly recommend, if you're doing anything for God or for anyone, give it your best. I go to church. I do this all the time, and it doesn't matter. When I'm setting up the church, for example, for the brethren to come, I'm not doing it for them. I'm doing it for the Lord. This is His business. This is His church. It's His. The people belong to Him as well, and all kind of stuff. So I'm giving it my best and fixing all the chairs, make sure the microphone's right, and make sure the projector's professionally done, and make sure all the slides that we're going to put up, whatever slide we're going to put up, like for example this one here, make sure it's properly designed, and all kind of stuff. Simple but effective. You're going to put it up on the screen and things like that. People are going to look at those particular images. Maybe when I designed this particular one here, is to make sure the colors are right, people can read it, it's professional. Give God your best. Don't cut no corners when it comes to God, because I like what Sister Barra said. Excellence should be our goal in whatever we do. I think that's a very, very good one. And she went on to say, God always give the best, so we should too. I think that is awesome. Excellence should be our goal in whatsoever we do. God always give the best, so we should too. That is awesome. Thank you, Sister B. That is a good quote to quote you on. That is truly a wonderful quote. Well, brothers and sisters, I'm so glad that we were able to come back on. Shem Mac, blessings to you. Please let me know, are you in Jamaica? I got to know that before I leave. Let me know if you are in Jamaica, or are you not. I want to know before I go, so please let me know. Don't forget, brothers and sisters, if you have no questions, I will stay back. If you don't, then I will, I need to write this statement down by sister, actually I could copy it, couldn't I? Yeah, I could copy it, well, and put it in a slide. So Shem, I'm waiting for you. Yeah, this is truly amazing point that she made, and I want to keep that statement indeed. So I'm going to actually Shem Mac, let me know where you are. I'm waiting for you to tell me. I want to say welcome again. I'm in Jamaica. My name is Judith. Hey, how you doing? Welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you. I'll be here tomorrow as well. I'm here Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. So glad to have you. How did you hear about us? Was it from Herman or was it from somebody else? It'd be good to know how you heard. And thank you for joining us, everyone. Bless you, bless you. Don't forget, if you have any questions, I will stay back for any question that you may have. And yeah, I'll stay back for any question that you may have. Yeah, this is a quote from Sister Burroughs. I had to get it up here. I think this is an amazing quote, and I want to keep it. And I should have put her name beside it, so I'll do that another time. But bless you. Thank you so much, Judith, for joining us, and I hope you can join us further. And I think this is a beautiful statement to end on, actually, because excellence should be our goal in what we do. So I'll put that there, and then I need to put the Sister yeah, that is awesome statement, and that is her quote. Yeah, beautiful. Let's make it bigger as well. Yeah, I think that's lovely. Yeah, I think that's amazing. Excellent. Let that be a good message for all of us as we are leaving here tonight. Let me just explain that word excellence before we go. Let me just I named my first book Pursuing Excellence, and there was a reason behind that. And I just wanted to show you excel. Now, it's interesting, the word EX. The word EX means out. So that's why you'd use the word EXIT. So the EX means out. The it is referring to the door. So you go out this door, or you go out of it. Exit. If you use the term exam, the is relating to me, so you want to get out of me all the learning that was in me. Exam, exit. So when you're talking about excellence, you go to EX, and EL is referencing, so the EX is referencing to out, EL is referencing to God. So God in me, the best is to come out of me. Excellence, excel. And a lot of people, when we look at this word excellence, is to get the best out of us that God put in us, and to excel for God, to bring out the best out of us for the Almighty. Excellence. And this statement is so powerful. Excellence should be our goal in whatever we do. In whatever we do. That is it. In whatever we do. So, am I excellent in the way I deal with my wife, or my husband, or my children, or my colleagues? Am I excellent? Bless you all, everyone. Thank you so much. Those of you that are here, and those of you that are in the UK and Jamaica and elsewhere, really do appreciate you coming tonight. I will be here tomorrow and on Wednesday as well. So I'm looking forward to Wednesday. Wednesday is going to be something special. But tomorrow, I'll let you know what we're doing tomorrow, and I look forward to seeing you. So, Sister Herman and Sister Judith, thank you guys from Jamaica. You guys made my day from Jamaica. Thank you all to everyone else. Sorry about the YouTube going down. I just had no control over that. It's just happened to me. I'm glad you were able to come back in. I really do appreciate that. Really do. Love you guys lots. And those of you in the UK, if you can make a note of that date, if you're in London, Sunday, November the 24th, 3 to 5, we'll be having a campaign for 2 hours where we're going to do a listing on the building, and we're going to have a meeting and discussion and Q&As and all kind of stuff. So if you can make it there, that would be fantastic. Well, everyone, take care of yourself, and wish you all the very best. Just go forth and do whatever you do with excellence. God bless you all.